let's get straight into the Bitedge information. Now, look, for those of you that had been with us for the last years, whether you're seeing this for the very first time, I want to start off with a few things. This is a call which is for our Nexarise community, IBIs. This is an IBIs call because there's going to be a lot of training and so on. So if you're a customer, a potential customer that's looking into Bitedge for the very first time, there might be some information that you don't understand because you're not an existing member in our community. So I just want to start off by making that clear. But to kick things off, for those of you that have been with us, I know some of you are brand new, some of you have been with us for a little period of time, and some of you have been with us for a long time. You know, one thing I can share with you categorically, with not one doubt or 1 ounce of doubt in my body, is this: that myself and the other 2 co-founders of Nexarise, Asad and Liju, we are always looking for ways, always, and I'm not even joking. We are always looking for ways to improve this company, to make this company better every single day, whether it's making an enhancement, whether it's introducing a new product, whether it's making adjustments to the compensation plan, launching the new back office, the list goes on. But we've really put every ounce of energy, every bit of financial capability into this opportunity. And one thing I can tell you with 100% conviction is that we will continue to do so. We will continue to do so as much as we humanly can. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are on this call today, I'm telling you right now, you are seeing one of the best opportunities in the world today that you can come in. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your educational level is. It doesn't matter what your gender is. You can come in and make a difference for yourself and for your family with the Nexarise opportunity. So Bitedge is, as we say, and this will translate correctly in multiple languages, Bitedge is just one of the many cherries on the cake. So one of the many, if the interpreters can't translate cherries, let's say strawberries, is one of the many strawberries or cherries that we are putting on to the Nexarise cake. So I just want you to know, Bitedge is not the last, nor is it the beginning. It's one of the many things that we are doing to make this opportunity better. So let's get into things. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be speaking about the business side of things in terms of some of the things that we have going on in the company. And then I'm going to throw it up to the chairman and one of the other co-founders of Nexarise to speak about Bitedge and all the technical stuff. So make sure you have your notepads and pens ready for that segment, because we're going to speak a lot about Bitedge today. So with that being said, you should be able to see my screen. So look, like I said, we are always looking for ways to really give people even a better opportunity than what we already have. You know, so one of the things we're going to do is we are going to make some updates or some changes to the compensation plan to even make it easier for every single one of you. Okay. So please take a screenshot, write this down, whatever that you have to do. So what we've decided to do is to make things easier for a lot of you to actually make more money in the compensation plan. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to adjust the personal volume requirements for the first 4 positions in the compensation plan. Let me give you an example. ETT 100 and ETT 250, you now only need a personal volume of just 45, whereas before you needed 70. So rather than having 70 in personal volume, you now only need 45. Now the group volumes will remain as it is, okay? So group volumes will remain as it is. Now, what does that mean? That simply means for those of you who are IBIs, who are your own customers, right? You might, I don't know, be paying for a bigger subscription, a bigger package, or whatever it is. This kind of just takes that financial pressure and just allows you just to qualify with very, very minimal volume. Now, ETL 500, it's remaining as it is, which is 70, and that's remaining as it is, 70 for ETL 500. But ETL 1000, the current personal volume requirements is 150. That's going to be changed to just 90 in personal volume. Okay, so you just need 19 personal volume as ETL 1000. And of course, for TC 3000 and above, it remains as 150. So I hope that makes sense. And, this, clarifies some of the things that we are doing. And this is just simply just to make things easier, for every single one of you, make the compensation plan even more aggressive than what it is, because as you know, we really have one of the greatest compensation plans in the world today, of network marketing. Now, before I throw it up to the next speaker, just want to speak briefly about some of the things on Bitedge. So again, we're going to cover this in detail, but Bitedge, it's a fully automated AI trading tool, but it's not just automated. There's also a manual side as well. We're going to speak about that in detail. It's going to be compatible with multiple exchanges. I've got 10 exchanges, but then, we say 10 plus exchanges, but it'll be compatible with multiple exchanges. It's going to be trading multiple crypto assets, and it's really cutting edge technology that we've built in-house. This is not a product which we've got from the market, or you'll find something like this available and so on and so forth. If someone has a similar AI product, that's up to them. But for us, this is a product that we 100% own, that we built in-house, and we are proud to say it's taken us 1.5 years to get this product ready. And we're finally here. For those of you that have been with us for a long time, we wanted to launch this product probably around 7 months ago now. We wanted to launch Bitedge. But of course, as you know, with technology, to get things right and perfect does take time. But we're excited to say we are finally here with Bitedge. Now, what I will just briefly do, and I'll briefly just speak about one final point, then I'll throw it to the chairman, is I want to just speak about the whole concept of Bitedge. What does it do? Number one, it probably is one of the least riskiest trading methods available in the world today, right? So for those of you that are used to trading, no matter what type of trading you're doing, whether it's stocks, whether it's crypto, or whether you're doing Forex, I can tell you this from now. AI, this product that we built is the least riskiest trading which is available in the market today, right? The risks are very, very minimal, and I'll explain why. What Bitedge does is it does spot trading. So it doesn't do future trading. For example, for those of you that trade, let's say Forex, okay? Normally, let's say you would say, for example, I know today gold, the price of gold went down, right? Gold against the US dollar, it was bearish today. Now, that if I'm entering a trade with that assumption, I am doing that based off assuming what the market will do. This is called future trading. I'm trading for the future. If I'm saying I'm going to sell USD against the Japanese yen, that's me saying I predict that the market's going to go up or down. That's what I'm saying, okay? Now, the difference here with this AI, why I say it's the safest way of trading today, what it simply does is across all exchanges in the world that allow you to hold crypto assets or buy crypto assets, whether it's Binance, whether it's Kraken, whether it's Mexi, whether it's Coinbase, there is always a price discrepancy, a price difference in every single crypto asset across every single exchange. So the price of Bitcoin won't be the same on all exchanges, nor Ethereum, nor any other currency that you can think about. Now, imagine this. Imagine an AI tool, right? So I'll give you one example. Let's imagine the price of Bitcoin is $65,000. Right now, it's $65,000. We go on Binance. We see that it's $65,000. Then I go on to Mexi, and I see the price of Bitcoin is $64,900. That means the difference between Binance and Mexi is $100. Now, you could do this for yourself. Google price of BTC, go on Binance, go on Mexi, go on Kraken, go on different exchanges. You will straight away see that there's sometimes a $50 difference, a $100 difference, sometimes even more. You'll see this. Now, what this means is if you brought Bitcoin from the lowest priced exchange, and then you sold it on the exchange, which is selling it for the highest price, that means you would technically make the profit. If there's a $100 difference, you'll make $100, right? But the challenge with you manually doing that is this. Bitcoin has probably the slowest blockchain in the world, right? Why is it the slowest? It's the oldest blockchain in the world, right? Just simple. Like, how many transactions does it do? 4 transactions per second. I think that's the 4.6 transactions per second is what Bitcoin blockchain does. Now, you can imagine the amount of Bitcoins in the world. What is it? 21 million. So you can imagine the amount of people that are holding Bitcoin. They are all trying to do transactions on the same blockchain. It's like the same road having millions of cars using the same road. You know what I mean? There'll be much more traffic than a road which has less cars on. Now, if you take a look at the newer blockchains in the world, like we built our own blockchain just not even long ago, about a year ago, our blockchain can do 3,500 transactions per second. So you can imagine Bitcoin can do 4.6, so it can allow, and let me go back to my analogy, it can allow 4 cars every second to cross the road, where we can allow 3,500. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So by the time you've brought Bitcoin on one, sold it against the other, and the transaction takes place, by the time that happens, that price discrepancy, which is the financial opportunity for you, is no longer there. It's changed. Now, imagine an AI product that can do this for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, look for price discrepancies, not only against one currency against the same currency, but it can do that across multiple different crypto assets, across multiple exchanges. It changes the game. That's what Bitedge is. Bitedge, but here's the beauty, ladies and gentlemen. With high risk comes what? Higher potential returns. Would you all agree with that? The more you risk, right, is the more you can potentially make. That's simple logic when it comes to any type of financial model. Now, with lower risk comes what? Comes lower returns, but more consistent. Someone who is trading, let's say in Forex, who's trying to grow their account by 5 to 10% a month, I can guarantee you they probably will never blow their accounts. Whereas comparison to someone who is trying to grow their account by 10% a day, I can guarantee you there's a 99.9% chance statistically that they'll blow their accounts. Now, the beauty about Bitedge is it's very minimal, minuscule, very low risk, which means lower but more consistent returns. So Bitedge is not a casino. It is not a product which is going to make you 40, 50, 30%. No, it's not going to make you any type of returns like that. But it's a product that will be consistent, that will take a lot of small trades, a lot of small profits, but you can only imagine the amount of trades that it could take. So we're going to walk you through that. It's a great tool. We're really excited about this. So ladies and gents, with that being said, to go through Bitedge in a lot of detail, with every single one of you, just so you can see the product, the entire flow. We're going to cover everything from A to Z with you today in terms of how the product works, what it does, and so on and so forth. What I would like to do at this moment is I'm going to throw up the call to one of the other co-founders, of Nexarise, who is the chairman of Nexarise, and that is Asad Ali. So Asad, I'll throw the call over to you, brother.
Thank you, Ahmed. So first of all, okay, I just want to make sure that I have everything on. So I just want to, first of all, let's say with the most important thing, as Ahmed mentioned, we have a match starting in an hour and a half. So I want to use this next 40, 45 minutes I have to walk you through Bitedge and also make you understand how the product works, as well as the mindset one needs to have when they're using this AI tool to trade. So again, we're recording this call. This will be available for all of you to look back and go through things again. We are doing another call tomorrow sometime. I don't remember. I think it's the same time tomorrow as well. So make sure you tune in. We will be sharing a lot more information. But I want to start with the most important thing. Right now, at this very moment, you can go on the website and create an account for yourself. So the website is, let me share here in the chat with everyone. So this is the website. So it's live. You can create an account. The only thing you can't do is, of course, you cannot buy a plan. You cannot take a trade. But what you can do is you can create an account, user account for yourself. And then what will happen is you will be able to see the profit paths. You will be able to see the tools. And again, just get yourself familiar with the product itself. Okay, so feel free to create your account once we are done with this call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and walk you through a few things, by the way. And before you start creating an account, it's important for you to know we have an amazing feature. And I'm starting this call with this feature because if some of you will start creating an account right now, thinking that it's live, let me create an account, you might miss out on that opportunity. So let me start with this point. We have something coming up in the next few months called Strive for 5, which means that anyone who recommends 5 customers and average of those 5 customers' monthly bill will be added as a credit to your monthly charge, which means your subscription can be free. Now, as I said, it will be coming up in the next few months. But what we have done is we have already implemented the logic to collect that information while the tech team, the developers, they start working on the actual logic. Okay, so the tools are there. You can recommend anyone as your customer using your referral link. IBI ID and referral link, they're 2 separate things. So please understand, for you to get your BV, you still need that IBI ID to be added. But there is a parallel logic which works with the referral ID, and that will be used to calculate the credit for Strive for 5. Perfect. So if that made sense, I'm going to continue. I'm going to share my screen and continue with this call. Couple of important things, as Ahmed mentioned already, we've been working tirelessly on this product. We wanted to launch earlier this year, but we had to make a lot more updates. We wanted to make sure we are fully ready before we roll this product out. And right now, as you know, we are going live with this product. From tomorrow, 4 o'clock, you will be so 4 o'clock UK time, you will be able to purchase live plans. You will be able to buy or subscribe to live plans, which means you can start trading from tomorrow, 4 p.m. UK time. Right now, you can create an account, but once you create your account, what will happen is you can see the profit paths, but you will not be able to purchase any plan because it's not available. But from tomorrow, 4 p.m. UK time, it will be available. We will send a communication. So just 2 hours before our call, and everyone will be able to purchase their plan and start trading. So countless hours have been, so I can see that admin has shared the Telegram link. Make sure you join the link, you join the Telegram channel of Bitedge, as well as you share with everyone so they can start receiving updates and all the relevant information regarding Bitedge. Perfect. Let me see if I can do something here because I want to make sure. Because I have several screens here and I have several windows. Trust me, we've been working hard on this product, and now finally we're excited. We are here that we can launch Bitedge. So let me share my screen. Firstly, I just want to share my screen so you know how the sign-up process works. We have created an account. I will not be creating a brand new account, but just to make you aware. So when you click on sign up, you will see this form. So it's asking for your first name, last name, the country. So the country you don't see here is not the country we operate in. So if you don't see sanctioned countries or United States of America or some other countries which are not there for different legal reasons or sanction reasons, so you can acquire customers in any of the countries where you see available in the list. We keep updating this list, so there is a possibility you might see a country now, you might not see it later, or you might not see a country right now and you might see it later. So again, get yourself familiar with the list. Your email address, one email can only be used once. Then your phone number with your country code, which can go something like this if you're from the UK. Password, confirm your password. Now, this IBI ID you see is the IBI ID which will receive the BV for that particular subscription. Okay. Now, referral ID is something which you will be able to get. Everyone will have it when you create your account. Now, there is one important point here. Please understand, you as an IBI cannot recommend 5 other people in your downline who are putting their own IBI ID to get the BV to get Strive for 5 credit. That's not how it is going to work. So it will also be looking for the business ID. Okay. I'm going to slow down a bit. I've been told to slow down just to ensure that everyone can understand the information. Now, so IBI ID and referral ID has to work together, which simply means I can acquire as an IBI 5 of the customers who are not part of Nexarize opportunity. They're using the service. I'm getting free credit. They can also recommend 5 more customers. So it's not just will be for IBIs, it is also for the customers bringing customers. So imagine if I acquire someone as a customer and I tell him, hey, look, if you want your subscription to be free, you can get 5 other services using their referral link that will give me BV, but them a free service. Does that make sense? So don't start promoting it to the customers right now because it's not live and people will start chasing you, but right now we're on this call and I can make it categorically clear. The function is not live. The logic is there. We still have to implement some changes, but right now our priority, as Ahmed mentioned, is 7 other exchanges. Okay. So referral ID, IB ID has to work together. You can't use your IB ID, sorry, your downline's IB ID and your referral link and expect to get a free service based on the downline, because technically those customers were never recommended or referred by you. The IBI is the one who referred. The reason we have both is because there is a possibility that you're getting your customer to get customers, and that's where it makes it easy for us to use referral ID alongside IB ID. I'm just going to take a quick pause. So perfect. So once you complete this, you will receive an OTP or one-time password in your email. So once you receive that OTP, you enter that OTP and you will have your account created. Okay. Now, once your account is created, it will look something like this. So let me share my screen again. Okay. I think you can see my screen right now. Perfect. So this here is how your account will look like. And if you look on the right-hand top corner, there is a referral code. If you copy this code, it will copy as a full URL. You can see says ref code is equal to this here. So what this does is it will store that in that session of that user who's using your referral code. IBID is different. Please remember that. Okay. And this code will be automatically populated when someone is becoming a customer. Okay. So that just makes it easier. We will implement and to include the IBID as well. So you don't have to enter both. We will get that implemented. Right now it's not there. That's why I made it clear that make sure it matches the IBI ID of the referrer. So if I'm referring you as an external customer using my referral ID, your IBI ID and my IBI ID in my account has to match. So that is important. Okay. So I'm going to close this. So you can see is here, there is a help center, which you can use to create a ticket. There is no chat because of the kind of product it is. We cannot have experts available 24/7, but you can create any ticket. They will look into it and will get back to you as soon as they can. But due to the nature of queries, it can take a few days before you receive a response. Okay. Just want to make sure I write a point here, which I will explain in a second. Perfect. So let me go into the dashboard. So here you can see wallet balance, which means that the exchanges you will connect, their accumulated balance will appear here. Okay. Please understand there is a difference between balance, which is available, and balance, which is stuck or tied in orders. Okay. So anything tied in orders would not come here. This is application wallet balance, or in simple words, available balance, which can be used to trade. Then you have exchange. When you connect exchanges, you will see it would show the number of exchanges connected. Here you will see the number of transactions. Now, one transaction can have 3 iterations. Iteration means, so imagine, I can explain this better when I go into the strategies we have, but imagine one profit path, which is leading you to a profit, can probably involve 2 or 3 pairs. So if it involves 2 pairs, it's called 2 iterations. If it has 3 pairs, means 3 iteration. It has to repeat a cycle 3 times for it to generate profit for you. Okay. Now, one profit path can show 3 transactions. Why? Because there were 3 iterations. So technically, transactions, it is iterations. Okay. Lifetime profit is the profit you have earned in your entire life with Bitedge. Highest profit is any one transaction with highest profit, and loss means the total loss you have incurred while trading. Okay, and here you have some extra stats just to stay on top of what is happening with your account. And I want to make this clear and repeat this again. This is a tool which is there to assist you when you are trading. Okay, it does not trade on its own, it trades on your instructions. That is very important to understand and again remind yourself. Now, based on those transactions, of course, the AI will do what it's doing, but you still have full control. You can cancel any transaction. You can go into your exchange and convert any currency into any currency. If you're not happy to wait, all of those options are with you. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because my next topic after exchanges, when I go into strategies here, I will be going through this in detail. Okay, so you have profit paths. You can see 1 hour, total profits you have earned 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days. Same here, just to see which strategy is doing better. And then you have recent total profit, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and the total top performing crypto in the entire application. So this is your dashboard where you see what's happening in your AI assist tool you're using. So let me click on exchanges. I will be going through this topic in a lot more detail than right now in a few minutes time once I have gone through everything. But because, as you can see, this is a new account, I have not connected any exchange. If I click on add new exchange, there are some options here. So there is recent, doesn't have anything because I have not connected anything. Binding is because here I can connect 3 exchanges. I can connect Kraken, Mexi, and Binance. So these are the 3 exchanges we are going live with at this moment. And we'll be adding more exchanges once the developers have completed their work, which means more profit paths, which means more opportunities, and which can lead someone to earn more profits. Okay, so let's say I'm connecting Binance. I need some keys. Now, this is API. In simple words, API means imagine a socket and a plug. Okay, this is how API works in simple words. So we have a plug in Bitedge. You have to go in your exchange and take the API key, which works as a so we have a socket that works as a plug, and working together now we can interact with your exchange on your behalf with your consent. So if you read here, it says, I acknowledge that by providing my exchange API keys to Bitedge, I authorize Bitedge platform to access my account for trade execution and data viewing. Because for us to show you that data, we need to access that data. I have read and understood the terms and risk disclaimers, and I accept sole responsibility for keeping my API credentials secure. Now, this is an important part here. If you share your API keys publicly or with anybody, your upline, your downline, your sideline, your crossline, they can abuse those keys and you might end up losing your funds. At any cost, please do not share your keys with anyone. Your exchange will tell you that, and we are saying that as well. You are responsible to ensure. Once you add these keys, they will not be available for you to see them again for security reasons. You will, of course, see the masked version, the hidden version, but not the full keys. Now, 2 important features which I will cover when I go into exchanges. You can see on the top, I have exchanges open here. So one is whitelisting IP addresses. So we have given you 3 IP addresses here. You can copy by clicking on it. When you copy and you're creating those API keys, and I will tell you how to do that, make sure you put these IP addresses so you're adding a security layer, a layer of security. So imagine someone has your keys, but on the top now, they cannot be used from anywhere else, but only from Bitedge platform. So that's extra layer of security. Okay. So you add this, now the only platform who can send a call is our platform. Is it now foolproof? Foolproof? No, of course not. There is another step you have to take in order to make it foolproof, because there is a possibility. Imagine big companies get hacked. Let's say something happens with our servers. We want you to add one more layer of security. And what is that? Whitelisting your own wallet addresses. So funds can never be taken out in any other wallet but your own wallet. This now makes it foolproof. That imagine someone stole your keys, imagine someone hacked our system, they still cannot do anything with that. Do you know why? Because exchange will not allow them to withdraw funds in any other wallet but your own wallet of one of your own exchanges. I hope that makes sense. How to do that? I'll be walking you through in a second. Once you add your API key and secret key and click submit, it will be connected and you will be able to see your balances and all those other things. Okay. Now, let's go into the quantum AI strategies we have. Why we call it adaptive quantum AI? Because it learns from itself. It adapts based on the market conditions. And what it does is, as I said, it learns from itself. So it's a machine learning process in place, which makes it better day by day. Again, just to ensure we are all on the same page, crypto is highly volatile market. Okay, there are risks involved, even though, as Ahmed mentioned, the strategy we use has very minimum risk because you're not future trading. So even if the market goes against you, you're still fine because we're not even using market orders, we're using limit orders. So it's a very safe product, but again, you cannot eliminate the risks. So it's important that everyone understand nothing I'm saying is a guarantee of anything. It's a tool which will assist you to manipulate the price differences in pairs, in exchanges, and in code currencies. Okay? I had to say that just to ensure that nothing is taken out of the context. So let's go in quantum flow, the first strategy. And when I'm walking you through the strategies, there will be things I will be saying. So if you're taking notes, I will appreciate, just pay a bit more attention on this. I know recording will be available, but try to take some key points for yourself. And next 10 minutes, you will find me very slow because at this point, I don't want anyone to miss anything. So let's start. As I mentioned, Bitedge is an AI assist which helps you. It's a tool which helps you. Now, there are two variants or two possible ways for you to operate this tool. One is everything is manual. And second one is you can replicate yourself into Bitedge and allow it to do what you want it to do whenever it sees a profit path. So let's look at the manual part first, and then I'll walk you through the auto part. When I say auto, it is still taking your instructions. Okay, perfect. So first of all, as I said, create your account, go through it, learn whatever you want, just enjoy, the product. When you click on quantum flow, when you have created your account, this here, which you can see 500, this is where you're adding how much of the balance you want to use for a specific trade. Okay, let's say I want to use 200. Click on go. Now you can see what will happen is capital will change. Now, profit paths we see on quantum flow, they have reduced because there are lesser opportunities. Okay. If I increase this and I go to 1,000 and I click on go, this will update this capital from 200 to 1,000. Now you see more opportunities. You can, for example, just on this trade, let's look at this trade. What is happening is you can expand this. By the way, our team is working tirelessly to improve even the feel look of the product. You will see a brand new feel and look in the next few coming days. I didn't say weeks, few days. And we are also improving the mobile version of the web application. For example, let's look at this. Right now, we can see how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades with 3 exchanges: Maxi, Binance, Kraken, Binance, Binance, Kraken, Binance, Maxi. You see all of them. Okay. Now, I want to just make you understand how to read it, and then I have few minutes where I want to speak about the psychology behind this trade. So let's read this. So it says it will buy a coin or a token called Link against USDT. Okay. And it will be buying on Binance, and then it will go and sell on Kraken. Okay. When it will sell on Kraken, what will happen is it will earn you a profit of $6.25, which is 0.6%. Is there any limit on how many trades you can take? No. Is there any limit on how much of the balance can you use? No. You can just make it 2,000. It will update the capital here, and the profit you will see will double. Okay. Or increase. Now, important thing here. For example, Link here, you can see there is a profit which is reduced now. So at different times, you see different opportunities, but this is manual trading right now. And every second you look for different paths, and manually you see lesser paths than the auto one, because we can only show so many of them on one screen. Okay, so I'm going to just click back on flow just to refresh so you can pick up more. Perfect. Sorry, let me go back. Quantum flow. I just have a different screen here. So let's say 200 again. If I go on 2000, click on go, and it will update based on whatever it sees. So now you can see 3 opportunities. So it is important to know, based on conditions of the market, it can keep changing, keep adding, keep taking away all those opportunities, but you can take it at any minute. So let me click on track live and read this in detail. You can see some calculations here. You can see the price. You can see what will happen, and you will see how much profit you will earn based on this 200. Okay. Now, this is an important part here. I want you to understand what it will do is it will buy a Link on Binance, then it will withdraw Link from Binance and will take it into your Kraken. Okay, or Kraken. So I want you to remember, when it's taking from your Binance and withdrawing into your Kraken, 2 things are happening. First, this is why I said whitelist your own addresses. So when it withdraws from your Binance, the only wallet it can be withdrawn into is your own exchange, Maxi or Kraken, or other way around. Second part, this is using blockchain, because within exchange, you're not using blockchain. But when you have to withdraw from one exchange to another, blockchain is involved. So let me stop sharing the screen, and I want you to understand this part. So imagine when you withdraw from one exchange and it's going to another exchange, you're using the blockchain network, and based on speed, I can give you an example. Imagine you're withdrawing BTC. And as Ahmed mentioned, it's one of the slowest chains. Imagine, and it needs certain block confirmations for the transaction and funds to be available. So Bitedge has to wait for funds to leave your one exchange, going to other exchange, And in this duration, there is a possibility that the price might change. It might go up or down. So there is a possibility that the trade might not close within minutes or hours, but because we are not taking a market order, it will go as a limit order in your second exchange. And as soon as price hits back that price point, it will trigger that automatically and you will end up in profit. So there is a possibility that quantum flow can take longer to complete the full operation of any transaction because of the involvement and the use of blockchain in this operation. Not every chain, so you have to just take some notes, not every chain is as fast as PRS. Some chains require 50 confirmations, some require 500 confirmations, some require 30 confirmations, and it can take time. So there is a possibility quantum flow, which is direct version, you're not using two separate pairs, you're using the same pair but two separate exchanges, but because the chain is involved, it can take time. It can take hours, it can take a day, it can take minutes. We don't know. So that's quantum flow for you. Let's get into, okay, perfect. So you can see my screen right now. Now, let me go back on quantum flow once. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go back on quantum flow just for a second. So if you look at any of the opportunities, let's say we see one here, I'm going to just type 1000 just to see if we have more paths coming at this moment, quantum flow. Yeah, so let's say 3. So I want you to understand this strategy is using all 3 currencies, USDT, BTC, and Ethereum. So it will only take on auto mode, which I will explain in a bit, profit paths based on the currency you have in that exchange. So you don't need to have funds in every exchange. For example, if you look at these 3 right now you see in front of you, or 2, let's say right now, you need to have USDT in Binance, and the first will complete. You need to have Ethereum in Kraken, and it will complete. And BTC in Binance, and it will complete. So you don't need to have all the funds in all currencies. It is all about which trade you want to take, from which exchange, and what currency. Okay? And whatever currency it will start on, that's the currency it will give it back to you. That's quantum flow for you. It starts from USDT, give you back USDT. Start from Ethereum, gives back Ethereum to you. Starts from Ethereum, gives back Ethereum. And the fourth one, which comes and goes, starts from BTC and gives you BTC. Okay? For example, here you can see Maxi and Binance. So let's go on loop right now. Perfect. So loop right now, I'm just going to start with 500. Let's say we can see at the moment 2 profit paths. Okay. For example, this first profit path is giving me $12.31 with 500. I can go for 100. With $100, I can earn $2.32 on this trade. If you look at this, let's read this through. So firstly, it's buying Dent against USDT. So what do I need? I need USDT on Binance. It will buy Dent for USDT, then it will sell Dent for Ethereum, and then it will sell Ethereum for USDT. Quantum loop will always give you USDT back. Let me repeat this one more time. Quantum loop, regardless of where it starts from, it will always give USDT back to you. I'm gonna say, let's say 300. Okay. So you can see with $300, I can make $7.30, an opportunity for me to trade. Okay. I'm just gonna go and come back on this page. It will just pick up more. As I said, every user has to see a few This is why you see some, someone else sees some others. So that's how it works. But on auto, there is the engine which works. Okay. So for example, on $1,000, you can earn $25 here, which is 2.5% in one trade. Now, this is faster than quantum flow, but slower than quantum bridge. Why? Because loop involves 3 iterations: 1, 2, and 3. Buys, sells, sells. Here, buys, sells, sells. So imagine by the time this is completed, there is a possibility, or this one is completed as well, that the third iteration has moved by a few pence or cent here and there. But because it's a limit order, it's going to come back and hit that. So it's way faster than flow because funds are not leaving the exchange. So it does not require block confirmation, or there is no involvement of the blockchain. Okay. You can also filter based on what exchange you want to see it from. Let's say I want to see based on Binance or whatever. Okay. Or by coin. All of that is there. Let me click on bridge, which is my most favorite. And it's the fastest out of the 3 strategies we have. Okay. So for example, right now I can see I can make $5 here with 200 capital, or I can just say go for 2,000 and I can earn $51 with one trade. How many times can I take this trade? There is no limit. As long as you have funds, you can keep taking trades. Let's read this through. So you can see it's buying at this price DGB, which is a token, against BTC. So it needs to have BTC. So if you look at all of them, all these trades are using BTC. So if I have BTC in my Binance, that's all I need to use bridge at this moment, as you can see the market. Okay. On loop, it can use BTC, it can use Ethereum based on how the market is doing. Okay. Right now, I only see one, but it can keep changing. Okay. So let me come back on bridge again. We have seen over 18,000 profit paths within a matter of 8 hours window. So there is no shortage of profit paths when it comes to the engine and the backend. Okay. So gave you the example. Right now, this is the fastest. Why? Is because first trade will be executed straight away because that's where the price is. Second trade would not take too long because there is no third iteration, there is no blockchain involved. So it's the fastest way for you to, of course, use the profit paths. So this is how it works. And you can take any of them manually. So if I click on this and I click submit, of course, I don't have any subscription plan. As you can see, it will tell me I can't take a trade. But if you had a subscription plan active, it will take that trade for you. Okay. This is manual way. Now, please, as I said, you are in full control how you use this. If you take trades, you cancel them, you become impatient, all of that, the liability lies with you. It's a tool which you are using, and we're giving you that knowledge you need to run this. We're also preparing a Git book, which will give you all that information you need. That will be available by the end of this week. So our team is working on that. Just to let you know, this is why I said, create an account today, start using it, start playing with it, so you can make yourself familiar with this. Let me click on my wallet, okay? Because this is not, let me see if I have another account which I can share with you. Hang on a second. So I think you can see my screen again. So you can see I have 3 exchanges connected here. There's a balance of 1,022. When you click on my wallet, it will pick up all the exchanges and will find you the balance on each currency you have. So it's telling me I have $195 in BTC on this account, Ethereum 66, USDT 236. That's all on Binance and small balances on Binance. Kraken, I have very minimum on AVAX, Avalanche. So USDT is 81, BTC is 244, and a bit of Ethereum. Mexi, I have 52 on Ethereum and 128 for BTC. So just to give you some idea how it will look like when you connect your exchanges, okay? And when you click on exchanges, you can see that all of them are connected. You can see hidden keys, and I can disconnect at any minute I want. So if I connect another Binance, it will just disconnect this. Okay, so you cannot connect more than one Binance or more than one any of the exchanges. So let me go back on where I was. Let me stop sharing the screen, close this account, and go back to the account I was using earlier. Perfect. So let me share my screen again. So you know how your balances will look like. This deposit and withdrawal is whenever Bitedge will request, and you're using quantum flow, because now it requires balance to leave one exchange and going to another. All of that will be logged here. So you will see the funds, if they have moved from one exchange to another based on your whitelisting, as I mentioned earlier, you will be able to see all of them here. I will leave pair whitelisting and whitelist details for a minute. Then let's go on stats. You might not see anything here because it's a new account, but you'll be able to see the buys, the sells, and the profit stats here. Then you have charts where you can see different pairs based on those three exchanges. So I can choose any pair I want to see. So let's say I'm using Binance. I want to see what is happening with, I don't know, Ethereum and BTC. So I can see Ethereum BTC here, and whatever is happening, you'll be able to see it. Or let's say I want to see BTC USDT. It will pick that up and will show me the live price is 57,489. So you can see all of that, the spread, the highest bid, the lowest bid. It's a good information if you know what you're doing. Okay, and you can do the same with Mexi, with Kraken as well. Now let me go into settings. This is an important part here. Okay, let me just quickly go into auto. Perfect. Now I'm going to share my screen again. So there is a 2FA option in profile settings. I don't want to go in there because some of the details are there which is personal to someone, so I would not share that. But if you go into your profile here, there is a 2FA option, two-factor authentication. Make sure that is on. That will ensure that other than yourself, no one can log in, even though we have OTP. But imagine someone gets access to your email. This is another way of securing your account. So there are two options here in auto trading, auto trade and sniper auto trade. So let me make this clear and everyone understands this. On each strategy, you have two options in auto settings. Based on your instructions, Bitedge can take those trades. What is auto trade? It simply means it will take trades on all three strategies, but one trade at a time. What does that mean? So imagine we have 10,000 customers, okay? Each customer is given, imagine it's a queue system. There is an engine which has a service running, bunch of services running. Now this engine will give you, on your turn, one opportunity at a time. That's it. So less risk, one opportunity at a time, wait, and then give you the next on your next turn. That's auto for you. One at a time. Same with flow, same with loop, same with bridge. Actually, let me share the other screen because I have exchanges connected. It will make more sense. You can see my screen right now. Okay. So for example, I can select whatever exchange I have connected. I can select Binance, take on Kraken, and also Mexi. Then it will say choose, because flow involves two exchanges. So I can say Binance, let's say Kraken, Mexi, and same with all of them. And then it will ask you for amount per trade. So based on your instructions, I can say 50, I can say 40, but if I say 40, it will give me an error. That minimum per trade required is 50. and then minimum profit you require before it triggers. So you can go for 0.05 is a good one. Okay, so if you take 0.05 and now if I submit on my turn, it will give me one opportunity on flow at a time. It will not use all my balance. One opportunity of $50 to me. Wait, let that complete before it goes for the next one. Loop, exactly the same. I can select all the exchanges or one, whatever. Even Binance is enough for loop and bridge. For flow, you need all of them. Okay, so imagine I select all of them and I say 50 and I say 0.05 or 0.02 if you want, but I'll go for 0.05. It's worth it. And sometimes the fees or spread can be higher, and I don't want to end up on a very small profit or a very small loss. So I want to make sure that it's worth taking that trade. So I'll go for 0.05. And I can click on submit. This toggle button will not work. You just press submit, it will turn it on. To turn it off, you will press the toggle button. I hope that makes sense. Bridge, exactly the same. I can select my exchanges, 50.05, and I can press submit, it will turn it on. So, an important point here, you can turn all of them at the same time, no problem whatsoever. So on auto, I can have all of them working similarly. The second option is sniper. The biggest difference is sniper will give me all the opportunities on my turn available to the engine. If it sees 10 opportunities and I have the balance, it will give me all 10 opportunities. I'll give you an example. Let's say I go on bridge and I say in Binance, I need minimum trade $100 each transaction, and I need a profit of 0.0, I don't know, 7 or 5, whatever you like, and submit. It will straight away give me, okay, let me actually turn this on. I'm going to say 5. So I actually might not do that because I don't have the plan on this one. Let me see what happens. Yeah. Oh, it has taken because it's my account. Maybe you need an account. So what will happen is you can see it's on already. I can turn this off whenever I want with just a click on this button here. Okay. I go back. What will happen is now in bridge, you can see it already took 2 trades. Today, 7:15, just right now. Right now, it took 2 trades on Binance and it gave me same second those 2 trades because it saw 2 opportunities and gave it to me. Why only Binance? Because that's what I selected. Okay. Now what will happen is in my next turn, whenever the next turn comes, if it sees, this is an important point here, if it sees another opportunity other than DGB and other than VET, it will give it to me. So it will not tie my capital in the same pair till these 2 trades are closed. I hope that makes sense. I turned it on and straight away it took those 2 trades. Okay. And as soon as the first part of that trade is executed, you will see those transactions will appear as 2 because they're not transactions. They are what? Iterations. So you can see in bridge, third one as well. It found another opportunity, LDO BTC, took another trade. So this is the difference between auto and sniper. Okay. So I'm going to close this. So I just wanted to walk you through this so you understand how this works. I'm going to stop this right now. Okay. So let me go in loop, sniper, bridge, and I'm going to turn this off. So now it will not take any new trade, but the trades which are already been executed, even if they're halfway through, they're already in my Binance. They will automatically be implemented unless I manually go and cancel them, of course. So if I go here in transactions, I go in bridge, or actually before I cancel it, took another trade. So I can cancel all of them if I want, but I'm responsible because I can cancel halfway. I can cancel before even it starts. It can be anything. Okay. So this is important that you understand that part. I'm going to leave this and go back into my settings here. Okay. So Sniper will take all the trades in one go based on the balance I have and will give me all the opportunities which are in my turn available. Auto one here will only give me one trade at a time and will wait. So it's a different risk. Smart limit order is the artificial intelligence part here. What this does here is imagine I took a trade in loop. Okay. Imagine before the first, so there are three portions here. You can see three iterations. Imagine this one is closed. Imagine this one is waiting 2 hours because the price moved. Now, let's say it's stuck for 4 hours. So what this does here, the smart limit order, it gives me an option on loop and bridge to turn on an extra settings. It might work and it might not work. Why am I saying that? Is because it might work if it sees another profit path to take you out of that pending trade, or it might not find it. So it's an extra feature to help you to stay in as less as pending trades possible. Okay. So for example, if I say waiting 4 hours, so I want you to wait 4 hours, don't mess up my profit path, or 5 hours based on how you want to do it. But I would not keep anything less than 4 or 5 hours because that's normal. And I say 2. I will not go more than 2 because each trade has a cost and it might end up in a loss. Small loss, 20 cent, 10 cent, or whatever, but I don't want to be in loss. So I will leave it as 2. It will try a few times to take me out of that trade using another profit path. Does it make sense? Same with bridge. I can turn it on and say, look, wait 4 hours and in 2 iterations, take me out if possible. If it doesn't find it, of course, you have to wait for that trade to close. You still have your assets. You're not in future trading. You're not leveraging anything. So your funds are still with you. Market moves. Price of Bitcoin went down to 60 something and then went back to 70, then came back to 50 something. So that happens. That's part of the crypto, but you're holding it. So the assets are still with you. I hope that makes sense. So this is how the smart limit order works. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to go to another account. So 1 second. So you can see my screen right now. So the third option is Fuel Wallet. Okay. What is Fuel Wallet? Now, there is something other than your monthly subscription. There is another thing which is in place in Bitedge is called performance share. As you know, Fiero is the utility token for Bitedge. Is used in Bitedge. That's a use case of Fiero. So customers have an option to pay the performance share in USDT or Fiero. So you can connect your wallet. When you click on connect, it will give you all these wallet options, MetaMask, Rainbow, whatever. So you need to connect your wallet and fuel up your fuel wallet. Okay. So you can do that in USDT or you can do that in Fiero. USDT only in BSC, Binance Smart Chain USDT, no other network. Okay. For the fees alone. This is important. Once you deposit, you will see all the deposits here. And once you make profit and there is a deduction, you will see here. Please understand the minimum fuel balance required is 20 USDT or 20 USDT worth of Fieros. And it goes in the contract. So there is no way to withdraw them or for us to use them once they are in the contract. They can only be used as a fuel when you're using Bitedge. This is an important point here. anyone who becomes a customer between tomorrow, 4 o'clock UK time, till Friday, end of the day. So you have Wednesday half day, Thursday, Friday. Anyone who becomes a customer before Friday 11:59, when I say customer, it's not an account, free account. No, it's a subscriber, someone who pays for the subscription, will have an option not to pay the performance share for the first 3 months. So anyone who becomes a customer between, let's say today, when we go live tomorrow, till Friday night, 11:59 UK time, for first 3 months, there will be no performance share, which means they don't have to add anything to their fuel wallet. After 3 months, if we continue that promotion, we have it, we don't have it, I don't know. But I just want to let you know it's only for first 3 months for now. Anyone who becomes a customer after Friday will need to connect their wallet, will need to fuel up, because they will not have an opportunity you have right now if you become a customer within the first 2.5 days. Okay, so I hope that is clear to everyone. So you connect your wallet, 2 options you have, Fiero or USDT. So USDT, Fieros, you can, of course, you know how to do that. Connect your wallet, it will deduct your Fieros. And if you want to do USDT, make sure it's on BSC. So you can have them on your BSC, put on your MetaMask, connect, and it can take and put that in a contract. And this is the contract address here. Okay. You don't need an address. This is just for you to verify, but because sometimes MetaMask can also have bugs and fake calls and stuff like that, just to ensure that you know this is our address. This is not where you send the funds. This is the contract. Okay, just to make sure everyone understands that. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go into pricing. You will not see anything here right now till tomorrow 4 p.m. UK time. Once you see the plans, I'm going to have a slide in a few minutes, which I will walk you through the plans we have available. So you can pay for those plans the way you purchase anything else with crypto, Arise Academy or Fieres Academy. You get a wallet address, you pay your chosen currency. You can pay in USDT, BSC, you can pay USDT Tron, you can pay, I think, BTC as well. Whatever currencies are there, you select, and you will be able to pay in that currency. Now, a couple of important points. I think I've walked you through almost everything. Now I'm going to move towards API, but I'm going to take a break, share my screen, walk you through the plans and the BVs, and then I'm going to share with you how to create APIs. Another 5-7 minutes, and then I can hand the call back to Ahmed. So if I can have the screen shared. Okay. So if you look at the screen right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the plan. So we are going to have, right now we're starting with 2 plans because we only have 2 exchanges. So we're calling it Lite and Pro at the moment. But what we will do is we will have more plans with more exchanges because it will bring more profit paths to Bitedge. So let's understand this from both perspectives. I will speak about from customer's perspective and also from the IBI perspective. So let's understand from the customer's perspective. First, if you're becoming a customer, you have 2 plans, Lite and Pro, and you have 3 options actually. You can go for monthly plan, you can go for annual plan, or you can go for a 6 months plan. No change in the BV, but you get discount as a customer. For example, if you're paying monthly, you pay $59 a month for Lite. So first month you have to pay $199 plus $59. So activation fee plus monthly of $59, and then every month you pay $59. Or you can go for 6 months plan and get 5% off. Or the last option is annual price, which gives you 2 months off. That is incredible. So imagine you have to pay 10 months alone. but you get 12 months of subscription. That is incredible. And you can only pay in crypto right now. So you will receive an email. I'm going to walk you through, explain that to you in a second. Then you have Pro. Activation fee stays the same, but I just want to let everyone know, ladies and gentlemen, we have a promotion on activation fee. It's supposed to be $3.99, but right now it's discounted because we need, with every extra customer, we need extra resources allocated to the infrastructure to ensure the seamless operations. So Pro will have same $199 activation fee to activate your account, and then $119 per month. So first month you pay $199 plus $119 combined. So that will be, if I'm not wrong, $318, and then every month $119. But if you plan, you get 5% off. So you pay $678 for first 6 months, then $678 for second 6 months. Or you can go for annual plan, which gives you 2 months for free. You only pay $1,190, so $1,190, and gives you 12 months of subscription in 10 months. Okay, so this is important. So I hope that makes sense. Now let me move towards the BV side, the IBI side of the things. So you do get, right now, we are giving BVs on monthly price as well as on activation fee. So first month, if someone sells light, their BV will be 127. So 80 plus 47, 127, and then recurring BV, or afterwards every month BV, will be 47. And Ahmed already explained that to you. We have a great promotion. We have some comp plan enhancements, which allows you to qualify as an ETT, or the first few positions with lower PBV requirement. So that it still qualifies you as on the first few positions. BV stays the same. Even if your customer is paying for 10 months, we give you BV for 12 months. That is incredible. For Pro, your first month BV will be 175. And then every month will be 119 from second month onwards. Okay. Now, an important point here, and I want you to listen to this very carefully, because no exceptions can be made. You call me, I'll tell you the exact same thing. You call Ahmed, he'll tell you the same thing, because there's nothing we can do. That's how the system is designed. So what happens is, 3 days before your subscription expiry date, your expiration date of the subscription you've subscribed to, it will start sending emails. Hey, this is your address, this is your amount, make a payment. This is your address, this is your amount, make a payment. It will keep sending you those notifications. And it will send you for 7 more days. If you don't subscribe within those 10 days, so 3 days before your expiry, 7 days after your expiry, you will have to pay for the setup charges again, because we cannot keep inactive accounts connected with our Bitedge engine, because it will be using resources without contributing towards revenue. I hope that makes sense. Because each customer, as I said, is extra resources needed in infrastructure, in the IT infrastructure. So imagine people having countless unlimited, let's say, accounts for months connected. That is waste of resources, waste of infrastructure resources as well. So, of course, resources in terms of infrastructure, as well as costing company the money as well. So it does 2 things. One, it makes sure that customer, if they don't want to be a customer, of course, they can cancel anytime. But if they want to be a customer, 3 days before your expiry and between 3 to 7 days after, so 10 days in total, not 10 days from your expiry, 3 days before your expiry, 7 days after, make sure you renew within those 10 days. That does 2 things. One, as I explained, helps us to free the resources which are not being used and actually being wasted. Second, it also ensures for our IBIs that if someone wants to be a customer, they should not have any week or any cycle without BV. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I will move back towards how to create APIs or API keys. My tomorrow's call will be a bit less detailed on this and it will be more focused on the API connections. But still, today as well, I can walk you through a few things. Okay, so I will be disconnecting, connecting a lot of times because again, this is a live account. I should not really be using it, but I'm going to try my best to see if I can just do something here with you. Okay, so let me clear my screen. So I think you can see my screen right now. Okay, so let's start with Binance first. A couple of important things to keep in mind when you go into your Bitedge account. These IP addresses you see, 1, 2, 3, make sure you copy and whitelist them. Very important, okay? Because without them, you are leaving your API keys to be abused if they are stolen. Okay? Perfect. So let me go into Binance. So when you go into your Binance, and there is an option in your settings which is called API management. You can see I've created keys. I cannot click on that. I cannot let you see this. But let's say if I click on create API. When you click on create API, I would not be able to do the whole process because I need OTPs and a lot of things which you will have access to on your account. You click on system generated API keys, click on next. Now it's asking you for a name. I'm just going to give it name test API Bitedge, but you can call it Bitedge because you're doing it first time, but I have some other keys, so I'll just name something different. Next. Now it will ask me for these settings here. I will need authenticator app and email, which I'm unable to do that, okay? But what I will do is this. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Once you enter those details, authenticator app and email on your Binance, once you have passed your KYC, it will give you an option to create them. And let me see if I can walk you through a few things, how this will look like. Just give me 1 second. As I said, I will go quiet. I'll just look at a few screens because I have to be very careful as this call is being recorded. Okay, on your Binance, you will have these options to choose from. Make sure you click on enable reading, tick this one, then enable spot and margin trading, enable withdrawals, and permit universal transfer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all these options have to be ticked. And then click on this option, restrict access to trusted IPs only. And even Binance recommends that. And take those IPs we have given you and whitelist them one by one, individually, okay? So you type one, press confirm, type the second one, press confirm, type the third one, press confirm. It will give you all those options. And let me see actually if I can show that to you. Perfect, I can. So let me share my screen again. So you can see my screen. If I type any IP address here, I can type 1, 2 point. So follow exactly as it is, as it says, or you can just copy and paste. So for example, if I go in my Bitedge and I can copy one of them, I can come here and paste. And I can confirm. It will whitelist that IP for you. And once this is done, you say create API keys. It will give you two things. Yeah. It will give you, first of all, API key, and it will give you secret key. Please remember, secret key will only be shown to you once, and that's it. Only will be shown to you once. You will never be able to see that again. If you lost it, delete it and create brand new again. please delete the previous one and create again, and then pair with that. What you cannot do is you cannot, even Binance will never show you your key again for safety reasons. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna close. So let me stop sharing first. So I hope that makes sense. It's nothing more than that. Very simple on Binance. You just select API, enable reading, enable spot and margin trading. Let me, you can take a picture if you want. Let me actually, 1 second. Let me share my screen again. You can take a picture of this once yeah, so you can take a picture of this. You have to make sure that you enable all these options: reading, spot and margin, trading, withdrawals, and permit universal transfer. Then click on the second option, whitelist all our IPs. Not these IPs, the IPs you see in your dashboard. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, cancel this, and I'm going to go into the second exchange, which is Kraken. Okay, so let me see if I go and share my second screen here. I think you can see my screen right now. So first of all, when you log in, you will be somewhere in your in this kind of view. Okay, so you click here, you go into Pro, and then you click on your profile and go into settings, and then click on API. When you click on API, you click on create API, and now you see all these options here. So you can take a picture of this once I select all of them. So you need to select all of these options. So this, here, export here. So all these options have to be ticked. Name, you can give my test, Bitedge, whatever you want. And then one thing you have to done on here is IP address restriction. So click on, you can read, it says in simple English, type your IPs and put comma if there are more than one. So I can say first, comma, second, comma, third. That's it. And then I can scroll down and click on generate key. Once it generates the key for me, that's the only time you will see them. Copy, save, somewhere safe, good to go. Okay, it's very simple. So this was your Kraken. So I'm gonna stop sharing again, close this page, and I'm gonna go to the most difficult one and the complicated one. Why I say complicated? But it's more safe. So that's another thing. So MEXC requires pairs to be whitelisted. What do I mean by that? Let me explain that in a second. So let me go where I need to go. I'm going to share my screen again. This is the last part left, and we are good to finish the call. So if you look at my screen right now, so this is your MEXC account. You go into your profile, click on API management, and I will show you something like this. I've already account created, which I'll walk you through in a second. But for example, here, you have to turn on all these options. So here, trade, withdraw, transfer, view account details, view order details, other notes. You can write the name. So my MEXC, I don't know, test Bitedge. You can leave. This is just for you to know later. And IP addresses. So remember, keys that are not linked to our IP address are only valid for 90 days. So if your keys are expired, we will not be able to take any transactions. So it's important, and plus it's secure for you as well. You can just, again, with commas, that's how you separate. In Binance, you can enter one by one. In Kraken and also MEXC, you have to add individually. So I can just type, comma, second one, comma, third one. Of course, they will be separate. I'm just copying and pasting the same thing just to make you understand for illustrative purposes. And I have read and agreed. When you click on create, it will give you keys. Once you have those keys, you take them, put them somewhere safe, and enter them in your Bitedge. But this is the important part here. if you go into your Bitedge account, there is an option here called pair whitelisting. So Mexi requires every user to whitelist what pairs that key can use to trade. So we already have them written here. You have to go in your settings of that key. Once you create the key, let me go back. It will give you that option here. Okay. Can you see trading pairs? You can click on change. When you click on change, it will ask you for pairs. Make sure you whitelist all these pairs for Mexi to start trading. Otherwise, it will not take those trades for you on those pairs. Okay, I can show this to you. It will not reveal the key. If I click on trading pairs, you can see all these pairs are whitelisted. Okay, so make sure you whitelist those pairs before you can start trading. So I hope that is clear. One last point to remember, the last security point. When you connect exchanges, you click on whitelist details here, because I don't have any exchange connected. It will not show me anything. You click on generate. It will generate some addresses for you. Make sure you take these addresses and whitelist in every exchange. So Binance's addresses, whitelist them in Mexi and Kraken. Mexi's addresses in Binance's addresses in Mexi and Kraken. Kraken's addresses in Mexi and Binance. So each exchange, their addresses has to be whitelisted in other two. Now, this is the foolproof security that your funds can only be withdrawn using these API keys into your own account, nowhere else. Okay? And how do you do that? I will walk you through tomorrow. What I can tell you is you can simply Google it, how to whitelist wallet address in Binance. You will find all the information you need. But what we are also doing is we are working on creating a book which will give you all this information. So look, this is what I want to tell you. It's one of those products which you will learn with time. You will all develop your own strategies to maximize the profits. And please keep in mind, this is alpha launch. We are launching with 3 exchanges. We will be doing a lot of upgrades, a lot of testing alongside, and we'll be taking feedback from all the live accounts. As I said, it does involve machine learning. And when we add more exchanges, it will add more profit paths and it will just improve the whole product. So this is just the beginning of the beginning. So take maximum advantage, start creating your accounts, use the referral codes, and just familiarize yourself with the entire product. So I cannot wait for you to start using the product from tomorrow, 4 o'clock onwards UK time. With this note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the call over back to the president of our company to wrap up the call. So Ahmed, over to you, brother. Thank you very much.
Asad, thank you so much for the detailed information. Ladies and gents, look, one thing I will make clear is that the whole Bitedge setup, you only have to do one time, right? It's not something you have to do 2 times. You just have to do this one time. But once you set it up, once you're up and running and ready to go, it's not something that you have to do again. So with that being said, we are really excited about this product.